Namport is basically a bridge between Namibia and the rest of the world in terms of sea trade. It is through Namport that we import most of the commodities that we use in the country, that we consume in the country, but also that is being imported for our landlocked SADC countries. It is also through Namport that we export our commodities, our mining commodities and other commodities that we trade with the rest of the world. So Namport becomes a very important player in the growth of our economies. Namport is a very important creator of jobs in the country, both direct employment and indirect employment. As you know, we employ about 1,000 employees, but through Namport, we employ thousands of indirect jobs. These jobs are created by our associated companies, the freight forwarders, the ship repair companies, the truckers, the shipping lines. In fact, the towns of Walfish Bay and Lutheridge primarily depend on the work that is done at Namport and through Namport. Therefore, Namport plays a very critical role in the economic growth of our country. Namport also plays a significant role in development of skills in the country, especially maritime-related skills. We train our employees through various interventions. We also provide scholarships to young Namibians in fields that are relevant to our operations, including engineering, finance, various maritime-related areas. So we do play a significant role. Through the work that we do, we also ensure that Namibia gets forex, because quite a number of companies that either are directly linked or indirectly linked with Namport invoice their customers in foreign currencies. Therefore, we help our country to generate foreign revenue as well. So there are many areas in which Namport is a key player. We pay taxes. Those that are linked to us do pay taxes. We are the proponents of corridor development in Namibia with our landlocked countries. We are in fact spearheading what is done at the Walvis Bay Corridor Group. We are chairing the Walvis Bay Corridor Group. Therefore, we also ensure that Namibia trades with its neighboring countries. We see a lot of copper and other mining related commodities coming from Zambia, from the DRC and other countries. We also, as I said, through Namport and through our corridors, import a lot of commodities that are destined for these countries. Therefore, Namport is indeed a key player in the economic growth of our country. All those government initiatives are aimed at growing the economy of this country, developing the people of this country. If we talk about Vision 2030, we are saying that we want to be a prosperous country by the year 2030. The various development plans talks about, amongst others, making Namibia a great logistics hub for the SADC region. It talks about creating infrastructure. It talks about growing the tourism sector. It talks about ensuring that Namibia becomes a key player in the regional economy. So all these are really aimed at developing our country. And Namport is in the center of all these developments. We are currently investing over $4 billion in infrastructure development, where we are building a container terminal. Now that in itself is at the core of NDP4 and now NDP5, where NDP4 was saying that Namibia shall develop infrastructure and that the port of Walfish Bay specifically will be a modern hub port for our SADC region. So it speaks directly to the provisions of NDP4. NDP5 also talks about economic growth. It talks about addressing the social inequalities in our society, and Namport indeed is also contributing significantly to some of these undertakings and these development plans. We do run a social investment fund through which we specifically target those communities that are otherwise on the lower end of our social structure. We've built classrooms, We have provided scholarships. We are taking care of various health-related initiatives. We have sponsored a couple of clinics and health-related programs of the Ministry of Health and Social Services in various communities. So we talk directly to do these development plans. When we develop our strategic plans, we make sure that we are directly aligned to the government broader plans, including Vision 2030, the various NDPs, and the Harambee Prosperity Plan. The new container terminal is one of the most important investment opportunities that we have undertaken since independence. Through this investment, we want to increase our capacity to handle containers by 750,000 TEUs, 20 food equivalent units. What does that mean? It means Namport will be able to increase its throughput capacity, not only for Namibia, but for the entire SADC region, and of course for transshipment of cargo along the west coast of Africa. It will mean that we will be able to deploy state-of-the-art modern equipment to ensure that we provide efficient and very fast services to our customers. It would mean that we will upskill our employees to be able to handle this new equipment. It would mean that we are in the process of automating most of our operations. Now that would mean we are able to ensure that the owners of cargo and other stakeholders of cargo that goes through our port will have real-time information as to the status of their cargo and their containers. So we are very excited about this new container terminal development project because it brings Namibia's desired objective of being a logistics hub to the fore, and it will enable us to really become a significant player in the port industry in our region. In terms of tourism, also we are putting up a dedicated berth for tourism for passenger vessels, and we are looking forward to receiving more passenger vessels coming to Walvis Bay and of course to Lutherets. As you know, we receive some of the best vessels coming to our country. We have Queen Mary 2 coming to Walvis Bay, and Queen Elizabeth. These are some of the biggest passenger vessels in the world. And with the completion of our dedicated berth for passenger vessels, we anticipate that we will see a lot more of these vessels coming here. Secondly, we are also looking at developing the waterfront development at the port of Walvis Bay. What that would mean is that we will put up state-of-the-art tourism facilities. We will have many boutique shops. We will have state-of-the-art office facilities, and of course areas where people can just come and relax, and all of that will enhance the tourism capacity that we have in the country. Having said that, we are also looking at developing activities in the port of Lutherets together with other stakeholders. We know that the Lutherets waterfront is putting up a wonderful facility where we are going to have the Polytechnic, or rather the NUST, National University of Science and Technology, being housed there with again state-of-the-art activities, and all of that together will ensure that we also contribute towards greater tourism activities in both Lutherets and Walvis Bay, but in the greater country as a whole. As I've indicated, our container terminal is a $4 billion Namibian investment, and next to it, just 5 kilometers up north, the government of Namibia is again building a national oil storage facility. That facility consists of 3 phases. Number 1 is the jetty, 2 jetties that can carry 60,000 deadweight ton vessels or tankers. Number 2 is a pipeline, about 6-kilometer pipeline that will run from the jetties to the storage facility in town. And number 3 obviously is the storage facility, the storage tanks. What does this mean for Namibia is that number 1, we will have a modern state-of-the-art jetty through which we import fuel. And we know that Namibia imports more than 95% of its fuel through the port of Walvis Bay. So we'll have that modern facility. Secondly, we'll be able to accommodate bigger vessels. And as you bring in bigger vessels, you obviously have the benefit of economies of scale, whereby we can bring in fuel fairly cheaply compared to what we have today. Number three, we will be able to export fuel through the port of Walvis Bay into our neighboring countries. Now, all of this will obviously help grow the economy of our country, and as we have said always, Walvis Bay is a gateway into other countries. So it's not only a gateway for mining commodities, but it will also be providing fuel and various fuel-related products into our other countries. And the development of this facility is also but phase one of the bigger dream that we have for the northern face of the Walvis Bay port. That plan is there to provide us with a long-term objective of how we can structure our port planning for the country. So much so that the current thinking around the North Port facility is that for the next 50 years or so, we'll have a facility that can propel Namibia into becoming a major maritime hub in our region.